I serve in the role as the Executive Director of the Harbert Center in downtown Birmingham. I've been employed by the Harbert Center now for over 13 years in the position of Executive Director for the last 3 years. On a day-to-day basis, I oversee the overall operations of the facility, including budgeting for annual maintenance of the facility, and oversee the roles and responsibilities of all the staff that are on the payroll. I would say that probably the most challenging part of my job is trying to make everybody happy. Certainly, as an event planner, you want to oversee that the success of everything that people are thinking about and planning in the event planning processes. So we take a lot of responsibility in the outcome for the events that are taking place here at the Harbert Center, and that's just a great responsibility to shoulder. So more than anything, I would say it's more of an emotional and a mental challenge, because I'd like to think that 10 times out of 10 we're always successful. On average, a client will call at least 6 months to a year in advance to start planning their events. We will usually take opportunities to start sitting down, as soon as a client wants to, but we would always encourage the sooner the better. There are certainly some events that require more planning than others. For instance, a wedding client will typically call a year in advance, and that client wants to sit down immediately to start planning her processes. We will always go through what we call tasting processes, tour processes, decor processes to meet with all the vendors associated with any event, but on average 6 months to a year to plan an event. On average, we host about 5 events per day, 5 days a week, and there are certainly many weekends, so you do the math. Again, you have to be willing to start where the door opens. Learn the business from the bottom up, and I think that makes for a most effective leader, but also always be willing to be a student. Even as a leader, flexibility is always required, and always recognize what your priorities are in a successful business. You can't make everybody happy all the time, but it's always a foremost thought in our processes for what we do. And so again, embodying all of those concepts, starting from the ground up, working your way through a company, learning all of the ins and outs, and cross-training would be my advice.